Long fucking movie.
Yeah, that's a little over 2 hours. GMR Podcast, show 78? 79? 78.
38?
I don't know.
I don't even know anymore.
Losing track. We just sat through the first movie at Scream-O-Rama, complete with bag noises.
Bag noise is gone. There we go. Bag noise.
Dawn of the Dead, 1978. Yep.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Check.
The second of the trilogy.
I don't believe if I've seen this movie, I don't remember it.
Ah. Yeah, you probably hadn't seen it then, because that's a fairly memorable one. Unique.
Seems like, so you say the game Dead Rising did some sort of disclaimer, like it's not associated with this movie, or
Yeah,
what?
because it's so similar that you're fighting zombies in the mall.
What things you find in the mall.
Yep.
Yeah.
The third movie is Day of the Dead, about people holding up at an underground fallout shelter.
What's the first movie?
Night of the Living Dead. People holding up in a house.
In a cemetery?
Not nearly as secure. Next to a cemetery.
Near the cemetery.
It starts off, they're going to go visit somebody in the cemetery, and then zombies. Oh, shit. They're coming to get you, Barbara. That's that one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Black and white?
Yeah. Then there's a second trilogy that Romero made recently. Let's see, what was that first one called? Was it Survival of the Dead? No, Land of the Dead was the fourth one.
What?
That's the one with Dennis Hopper.
What?
It's about all the rich people have their own little inner city thing that's all clean. All the zombies are out of it. But like all the ghetto survivors are trying to get in there. But also at the same time, the zombies are starting to get smart. They're learning how to use tools. They're evolving. Like you saw Flyboy led them back to the attic.
Yeah.
And this one, it's like zombies are evolving. One gets smart and it leads all the rest of them.
It's like 100 Monkeys thing?
Yeah. Like they don't think they can go in the water. But the one realizes, we don't breathe, I guess. And then it goes into the water and comes on the other side. And all the rest of them are like, oh. It's like, oh shit. Then we have, I forget if it's I think it's Diary of the Dead is the fifth one, which is done kind of, and they're all George Romero movies, the same director. It's done kind of Blair Witch style, people with the video camera and posting YouTube videos of zombies, and it's an interesting one. And then the sixth one, I believe, is Survival of the Dead, which is basically the Hatfields versus the McCoys and zombies. That one was kind of cheeseball. I didn't think that one was that great. But hey, you make 6 movies in a series. Even Star Wars couldn't pull that off. But that was last week. So the next movie is The Burning.
The Burning.
It's a slasher flick about somebody who gets burned and kills people. And it's not Freddy Krueger. That's next. That's the movie after it. We'll be reporting more. If my headache gets much worse, I'll drive home and get Excedrin and come back.
Is that your plan?
If I have to. I don't think that's going to come to that, though. Right now it's confined to this part of my head, which you on the podcast at home can see.
It's temporal lobe area, the front of his head.
And the Mountain Dew seems to be helping. There's people over there with their jungle juice or whatever they're doing. And we'll be back, and you'll never know that we left.
Woo!
So that movie ended.
That's crazy.
It really did end, I know that much. There's a lot of people in there.
Too many people. It's turning into Phoenix Comic Con down there, dude.
All these things that we were into and only a handful of people cared about, now everybody's into it.
It's bullshit.
And these Johnny-come-latelys.
It's bullshit.
We're gonna try to find better seats this time for the next movie. Nightmare on Elm Street.
A classic.
Yeah. Can't see that too many times. Another movie about burning somebody up, and then the burned person decides to kill all the people that burned them. And
you can't blame them.
in a way, you can't really blame them. It's GMR Podcast.
Get your revenge somehow, right?
That's right.
Nobody Somebody's gonna get it for you.
That's one thing these movies have taught me.
Revenge.
Yeah.
Santa Claus Revenge and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
That was last year. I'm making a bunch of noise in my bag.
It's about the only movie I remember from that one, too.
The Goldberg one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dogs at Scream-O-Rama tonight.
Well, I had to find a quiet spot in the parking lot to do the podcast.
Yep.
Can't sit out front. It's way too noisy up there. Didn't see In It to Win It guy, did you?
No.
Not yet. There's too many people there.
Might be in there. There's a lot of people. Doesn't look like they're going to leave either.
Well, that's what you always think. And then
that's good for the loft. And they're not all being comedians talking back to the movie tonight, which is nice. Hopefully that trend has ended.
Have we gotten there that early before? Or we've never had to stand in line.
No. They moved it to 9 o'clock, and now they moved it back to 7, and I'm not used to that daylight when we first go in. It seems kind of crazy.
Alright, yeah, we should probably get back in there, man.
Alright.
Woo!
Oh, it's getting late. That's another movie down.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
I didn't think it was really going to end the same way again, but yet it does. John Saxon from Mitchell is in that movie.
He's in every movie.
There's still a lot of people here. I'm sure the loft is doing great business.
I got tamales now.
Yeah, tamales should be warm enough by now. They weren't ready when we first showed up.
I was very disappointed.
So we went for popcorn and nachos, which I guess is keeping me going. But not for much longer.
I ate the shit out of those popcorns.
What's next? It's one of those movies I don't know.
What's next?
I think it's You're Next.
You're Next. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the next movie is called You're Next. That's kind of a newer one. I don't know. If it's shaky, I might have to sit outside in the parking lot the whole movie.
Yeah, I've seen movies like that.
Which isn't a bad thing, sitting in the parking lot.
Maybe it'll be in Portuguese.
Ooh, if we're lucky.
Yeah. This is the most exciting podcast we've done in years.
It is.
Woo!
And, you know, that Big Brother's off to an exciting start, too.
Big Brother talk.
Mention that briefly.
The Tucson connection.
Yep. And what a jip. Half the house doesn't even get to be on the first episode. That's a twist I could have done without.
Yeah, they definitely got to spend the night there at least.
Yeah. They do this shit just to rile up the second half of the house, I think. Hey, guess what? They're already in there. And they've already done an HOH.
You can't trust any of these people.
Yeah, they've messed up all the beds.
And we
they've drank all the champagne.
We have to share a bed. They did come up with some champagne.
They did. And then you got to watch out for that Caleb guy hanging on that spinning thing and showing off. And
oh, Green Arrow.
Ouch.
He's Green Arrow. I'd like to see that guy win.
Could happen. He shot a video of him stabbing a boar with a stick.
Is that right?
And some people aren't too happy with it. I haven't seen it, but I guess it's on YouTube. But like he said, he's a hunter.
You know, wild boar, they're a problem.
They are.
You know, those things destroy everything. They get in your... They get it, you know... I hear it's a real problem down in the south. Where is he from? Arkansas or...
It's somewhere like that. I can't remember.
That's right. This is hard to remember. It's just been on for 2 days.
Yeah, I'm still almost got everybody's names memorized, but not just yet. Give it a little more time.
Mark's recording them for me, so because I can't get channel 13 with this cheap ass antenna. Or
VCR working?
Oh, it's not a VCR, it's a VCP.
VCP?
Video cassette player.
Oh, it doesn't record.
I thought it was going to be all tricky to hook it up. I'm like, I got to move everything. I got to rewire everything. And I'm looking at it, and there's no coax cable ports at all.
Oh,
so it's
wow.
just like...
It's just a player.
So I just unplugged my DVD player and just plugged that in. It was the simplest setup I've ever had.
Oh, that's good.
Works great.
Trippy. VCP.
That's
Wow.
what it said, yeah.
Wow.
Mark was trying to talk me out of it.
No,
So we could program things.
But it would be of no use to him. That's how my DVD burners are. They don't have a coax. They don't have a tuner built into them. It's just straight up for recording from, like a VCR or whatnot. Or a VCP.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that next movie's starting. You're next. Oh, let's see if we can handle this.
All right, we can give it a shot, man.
So You're Next. I kind of was fading in and out during that. I might have to watch it again.
Yeah. A lot of times I don't remember what the hell happened after one of these sessions. It just all blurs into one weird movie in my head.
You start wondering why you're going back in there, watching yet another movie. And the seats become more and more uncomfortable.
The place thins out more and more.
And what is Body Melt? This is a goofy Australian one from the 90s. I don't know much about it.
I never heard of it myself.
Me either. They still managed to fling new movies in there that I've never heard of. Well, they're not really new movies, but just noticed next week they're showing Texas Chainsaw Massacre over there as the weekend movie.
Next month, you mean?
Well, July 4th, that's next weekend, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, already.
That's right.
What a great way to celebrate the 4th of July than watching the original Leatherface movie. I think they're showing it off of a Blu-ray this time, from what I can tell. It's dark, I can't make it out all the way, but I don't think they're showing the original film print like they had at the Scream-O-Rama a few years ago. And boy, did that look shitty.
That's probably good, because a lot of those older original prints just look like crap.
Yeah. So that'll be the third time.
Nostalgia is kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, like The Burning, that was a real print tonight, but I think the rest of them are not. There might be one more. Oh yeah, Elm Street was a real print as well. 30th anniversary prints, but that was a new one. Do I own that?
Do they own that?
Do they own that? No, they probably just rented it. I suspect they're renting these movies.
The Loft's a pretty happening place.
Yeah. They're even showing Giant Gila Monster next month, and I showed that on Pondo Theater last year, so it's funny. Mondo Movies is playing Pondo movies, but they still haven't shown The Party Animal. If they ever show that on a Monday night, I'll have to take the day off work. They showed Zapped once, so anything's possible.
You can't just switch your schedule and go in the morning?
That's what I would do, yeah.
Yeah.
To be worth it.
It sucks to miss a day of work, because you never know when you're actually going to be sick.
Tell me about it.
No, yeah. Luckily, we haven't been sick since the last fiasco.
That's true.
The Podasco or whatever.
Today got close, but
Fiasco Pod.
yeah, that's still one of the more popular episodes too, which is, I think that's just because it's such a Harmon Productions commercial. I think that's why people listen
Harmon
to that.
promoted it. These guys need to, I don't know, they need to promote our stuff more. Do you think this stuff has dropped off since our listenership, since I've stopped actively?
No, I think it's summer. Once summer started, that's when some of the listeners disappeared. So I don't know why, but we did get some of them back last week. Maybe it's the whole Big Brother thing.
Big Brother, Big Brother.
Anyway, we got another movie to watch.
Gotta see that body melt, man.
Well, that was interesting. Once again, I don't remember much about what I just saw, but anyway, I'm really looking forward to the Funhouse 4 a.m. One of the movies I really wanted to see tonight. It's like a movie that you would see at 4 a.m. on Pondo Theater if it was public domain. From the director of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Funhouse. More kids in the 70s getting fucked up and partying. They're at the carnival raising hell, and for some reason or other, they decide to stay the night in the Funhouse, as if nobody would notice. And the mutants that live in there apparently did notice, so that's coming up next.
The mutants? What do you mean? Like
I think there's one mutated.
The weird carny people?
Yeah, there's one like circus freak and it kills somebody, and then they're like, well, they saw you kill that person, so now we got to kill all of them.
Well, that does make sense.
Will anyone make it out alive?
I bet one will.
Probably.
Usually one makes it out alive.
Mm-hmm. They used to show this on Channel 11 on Saturday afternoons quite a bit, in heavily edited form. It'll be nice to see this on the big screen.
Is it gory?
Not really. It's just
Nudity?
more of moody.
Got nudity?
I don't remember. It has been a while since I've seen this one.
Yeah, you said heavily edited, so...
Well, that was...
For time.
Oh, on TV. Yeah, well, if there was anything that was interesting, I'm sure they chopped it right out. So what gore there is, I always wondered, why are they even bothering showing these movies on Channel 11 on Saturday afternoon if they're going to chop everything out of the movie? That's what they did. Anyway, it's late. It's really late, or maybe it's early, depending on how you look at it.
It's early. Or very late. Yeah, you're right. It's all perspective.
It's like what Obi-Wan was trying to say. From a certain point of view.
So it's 2 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but... Because right now, it's way early in the morning.
Yeah.
Sun's...
Oh, at least they're going to feed us. Alright, one more.
Grizzly.
That's really the movie we've been waiting for all night. It's a grizzly bear starts ripping people apart. What better way to spend 5:30 in the morning?
It's come out before Cujo.
Yeah, even before the book. Grizzly, it was made around the bicentennial, I think. So, more 70s.
They knew how to do it in the 70s.
In that 70s show, this would have been something they would have gone to the drive-in and saw.
Don't get me started on that 70s show. So many inconsistencies. They're drinking like modern Budweiser. It's just, they're taking Polaroid shots, and the Polaroid film is new Polaroid film, not the white around the border, just
terrible.
On the top and bottom.
No attention to detail.
You just don't care.
Well,
anyway.
It was close to the 80s by those episodes. So.
Yeah, but I remember how Polaroids were. I guess you just can't get that old school Polaroid film anymore.
Yeah, or it wasn't worth the effort.
It's just a TV show.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna watch real 70s right now.
Woo!
Grizzly.
It's gonna fuck. I'm starting to fade, dude.
From the director of the Manitou.
Manitou. Oh shit.
That was a year that we made it through the whole thing as well.
And now it's time for the after show.
Oh yeah, we do have our collectible barf bags. Brady thought it was tonight, right?
He thought it would be Saturday night, yeah. He was planning on going down to Flem's show.
Oh, it's Flem's show today?
It is.
Wow, well...
It's the last Saturday of the month.
Kind of doubt I'm going to make it to Flem's show.
Yeah,
wow, the month is over?
Kind of doubt it, too.
I feel like we just went to Comic-Con. What happened? Next thing you know, we're watching the grizzly bears kill people.
I had a crazy Comic-Con dream last night. I don't remember what it was.
Comic-Con meets Big Brother. Maybe I did have a Big Brother dream. I don't know. It's like false memories. Or like you're in the house, but you're watching it. You know how dreams can get weird like that.
Yeah. Trick is you gotta write that shit down right away.
Oh, I can't even remember it. As soon as I open my eyes, it
Yeah.
starts to just dissolve, you know. Not always, but sometimes.
It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, I've been in the Big Brother house before. In my mind.
Well, next year we'll all be in there. Oh, and this was the after show portion.
Yeah. I tell you what,
the
fucking
after
Grizzly.
movies. Grizzly. I'm going to have to watch that one
I
again,
don't know
too.
if we should do this again.
Well, like I was saying earlier, maybe I should wake up at like 6:30 at night and then go right down there and start it.
Well, luckily that 70s show is about to flip on itself, so I don't need to get up necessarily by 10 a.m. anymore. And then I'm getting up at 8. My windows, the sunlight comes right in my window first thing in the morning, so that's about 5:30.
You don't need to watch all the early Vista Cruiser episodes.
I've seen most of them because I just got to get back to where I was. I mean, I could totally get drawn into it because Tanya Roberts, she was pretty hot.
Yeah, she's only in the early ones mostly.
That first season. They brought her back for a couple more.
Yeah.
Here and there. Woo!
GMR.
GMR. GMR. GMR. GMR. GMR. GMR. GMR. GMR. GMR.